Cutting off China from its trading partners and sources of oil, natural gas and other resources could be the best, and least costly, way for the United States to defeat China in a major war. To that end, the US Navy should prepare to blockade China. Globalization has made China a great continental power, dependent on the use of the sea and thus vulnerable to coercion from the sea. Blockade is an ancient strategy. Surround your enemies, starve and impoverish them. That's easier said than done, of course. Blockading China would require a coordinated effort by the whole of the US government and its closest allies. The US and its allies would interdict Chinese seaborne trade as well as all air traffic. Maritime states whose geography might permit them to serve as blockade busters would become targets of US diplomacy and, if necessary, coercive action, including via interdiction of their seaborne trade. Naval enforcement of a blockade of China could play out in two phases. US carriers would be heavily employed in the war's initial period in sweeping the seas of enemy civil ships of all types, as well as any naval forces that might try to protect them. Given the large size of the Chinese merchant and fishing fleets, this might not be a brief process. American submarines, however, should continue to play a major role in the blockade, intercepting and sinking any ships that tried to slip into or out of Chinese ports. Beijing could struggle to break the blockade. The Chinese military in recent decades has focused its energy on denying its near waters to US forces in order to stop the United States from intervening in a Chinese invasion of Taiwan. Chinese rockets, bombers and submarines are potent on a regional level but lack global range. That limits their ability to halt a US-led blockade. American and allied surface forces could create their main cordon just beyond the range of Chinese rockets. Stealthier US forces, namely submarines, could push closer to China for more specific and local blockade enforcement. The Chinese Navy and Air Force probably couldn't stop them. The US can almost certainly deny China control even of waters near China. A blockade probably would hurt China much more than it hurt the United States. And it wouldn't require American surface ships to linger inside the range of Chinese rockets. For those reasons, the Pentagon at least should plan to enforce a blockade. It should be incorporated into the national strategy. Thank you everyone for watching this video.